cricketing news, and this is breaking news, is Jofra Archer, who is now got British citizenship by residency. Big talk about him being in the World Cup squad and being selected for England. He's actually not been selected for the Provisional World Cup squad, but he will be selected for the warm-up matches against Pakistan and Ireland in the build-up to the World Cup this summer. Big news. Obviously, Chris Woakes was interviewed yesterday by the BBC, and he said that it may not be morally fair if Jofra Archer was to get in. And he made some comments suggesting that not all the England players may necessarily have been on board with Jofra Archer being selected to play for England. But let's have a look at what's actually been said. So he's not in the Provisional World Cup squad, but that doesn't mean that players may not get injured or suspended in that time. England have not picked the uncapped pace bowler Jofra Archer in a preliminary 15-man World Cup squad, but have named him in squads for warm-up games against Pakistan and Ireland. Now, Archer was born in Barbados. He qualified for England in March after a change in residency rules, and that is a big debate, the residency rules in international sport. We could have that on another video. He can still make the World Cup squad if he impresses in the warm-up games because changes will be made up until the 23rd of May. England play Ireland on the 3rd of May before a 5-match series against Pakistan. The selection panel has been impressed with Jofra Archer's performances in domestic and franchise cricket, said Ed Smith, the national selector. He's a very talented, exciting cricketer, and he is. He is that X factor that I think England may need. But this is where Chris Woakes said something. England's Chris Woakes said on Tuesday it would not be fair morally to pick Archer for the World Cup hosted by England and Wales, which begins on the 30th of May. And it's debate. Jofra Archer has an English father and a British passport. But he was brought up in Barbados. So the debate about selection rules we're going to keep having that. He, to be fair though, is a very, very talented fast bowler. Very talented. And he may yet still get a chance in the next month to get into that World Cup squad because it is preliminary, but he hasn't been selected as of yet. So that's interesting. Jofra Archer, he's had limited experience in the 50-over game. He's more of a T20 bowler, but he adds that X factor that I think at times England do lack. He has played in the IPL. He has played in these T20 tournaments abroad. He is an explosive clutch bowler, as I call it, because he can bowl very short spells very, very quickly. And I think England lack that a little bit. I think the England bowling attack is steady, but Jofra Archer is a short format of the game guy. He really is suited to the shorter formats, and he can be used in very short, explosive spells. So it's going to be interesting to see how he does against Ireland and Pakistan. Admittedly, Ireland aren't the best the best team in the world when it comes to the shorter formats or even the test format of the game, but they are a decent side. It's a decent warm-up game at the beginning of the season. Pakistan's going to be an interesting 5-game series that Jofra Archer plays in. If he can perform against Pakistan, he will have to be in the reckoning for the Cricket World Cup, regardless of what Chris Woakes says. Chris Woakes is not the selector and he's not the coach. Players can get injured, players can get suspended, players can fall ill, players can fall out of form. Anything can happen between now and the World Cup at the end of May. So we're going to have to leave that there. Thank you very much for watching. It's going to be very interesting to see if Jofra Archer can actually make the full World Cup squad. But at the moment, he's not in the preliminary squad. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Place your comments below, and I'll have some more videos for you very, very soon.